Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of MIA. I'm your host. I'm Nikki says you only live once, and today we have a special guest. It's my favorite genre, shall I say? It is tap dancing, and we'll be talking about revelations in rhythm. So let's welcome Marshall Davis Jr. to MIA Soul. He's not our first time guest
Hello.
or second time guest, but I think now our third time guest. Welcome to MIA Soul. Welcome back, shall I
Thank you for
say?
having me again. I appreciate it.
Definitely,
Thank you again for having me.
for sure. So, again, you've been a past guest, and Revelations in Rhythm. It's been pretty frequent. So that tells me that it's really popular. It tells me that it resonates with the community. So what does it mean to you, the return of Revelations in Rhythm at FMU this year? So this year it's at FMU. So tell us more about that.
Correct. Yes, this year, it'll be at FMU, Florida Memorial University, in the Lou Rawls Center for the Performing Arts. And again, just being home, the only way I could describe it is by the great lyric of the show 227. There's no place like home. And so again, I always enjoy being able to bring this project to Miami. Being from Miami, I know the audience is always going to keep it real with me. So if it was something they didn't enjoy or something they didn't want to experience, they definitely wouldn't be coming back. And they will also give me notes on what can make it better. So again, there's no place like home, and I'm always thankful and grateful when I have the opportunity to come back.
Yeah, so you took it back to 227. Oh my goodness. You took it like way back. I think I was like a little kid when that show came
Now
out.
you aging me, Nikki. You aging me.
I don't mean to. I don't mean to. So you said like you're back. So really quickly, is this like a traveling production or is it only in Miami?
Right now, we're trying to get it out to other venues and other theaters around the country and hopefully around the world. But we've been very fortunate to produce it and present it in Miami, and it's given us a nice way to develop the show and help it unfold. So we can kind of tighten up little spots here and there. So it's been a very enjoyable and enlightening process.
So what other cities perhaps would be an opportunity to showcase this production outside of Miami?
Would love to present it here in New York, again, as a piece that I've originated and created. I would love to have that opportunity. So again, once we kind of fine tune a couple of things here in Miami, then I want to bring it here in New York and then present it to a couple of venues to see if they're interested in presenting it as well.
Oh my goodness, let's manifest that happening. It's such a
Yes,
phenomenal
definitely.
show. Now,
Thank you.
Revelations
Thank you.
in Rhythm, you're welcome. So, Revelations in Rhythm is described as more than a show, it's a tribute, it's a spiritual journey. So can you tell us about the inspiration about behind this year's production?
This year's production, I'm dealing with a theme, passing on. And I did a little piece of it, kind of workshopped it on a couple of my students at Queens College in a piece that we presented in December last year. And I wanted to carry on with that theme. And it's based off of Gregory Hines speaking at the funeral service of Sammy Davis Jr. And he spoke about the last time he saw Sammy Davis Jr. and how Sammy kind of took this ball, imaginary ball, and passed it to him, and how he caught it, and how it's his responsibility to pass that ball on, and how it's all of our responsibilities to make sure that we're allowing that legacy to continue. And that became the theme of this year's piece, and connecting it to some of the things that we've done in the past. So it's passing on. I feel like a lot of people have been very influential and instrumental in our lives who then pass away. And what I've come to learn through my experiences is that even though they're not here in the physical form, what they've passed on to us is what keeps them alive. And that's kind of been the intent of this year's program.
Yeah, that legacy, right? Passing that legacy and keeping that memory, keeping that component of that person alive. So let me ask you,
Definitely.
because I may not know, who are some of your inspiration and influences besides your father, senior, who
Yes.
else have inspired you within this type of art form or genre per se?
Definitely my mentor, Steve Condos. Uh, I'm proud to say that I am his protege, the protege of Steve Condos. He was, again, very influential into my life. What he poured into me helped me understand the art form and have a higher appreciation for all that it has provided for me in my life, and allowed me to know how to share it. So it may be able to provide the same thing for others in their lives as well. So understanding what it means to not just tap dance, but to be a hoofer, and how to express and convey uh, through the art form that we call tap dancing
Yeah.
in a way that creates an experience. It's not just performative where you just want people to clap. It's like you want people to be moved to where they maybe not be able to express themselves in words. Sometimes they move to tears. So there's a range of emotions that you can, there's a wave of emotions that you can connect to that allow someone who's having the same experience to be a part of that with you as you go on this journey and explore through this art form and this dance that we call tap dancing. I hope that
And
makes
I
sense.
It makes a lot of sense, and I can attest to that because I am a witness to what you just said a while ago. Like when I see your performance, like it's not just a production, there's something spiritual behind it. And it's the sound of when you are tapping, but it's also you always incorporate our ancestors within your performance, whether if it's vocal, the instruments,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
and then and there's a way like there's emotions tied to it too, so like you'll be like in the moment, and then the audience, we can feel it in the moment with you because you're up, you're down, you're fast, you slow down, so like you bring us
Yeah.
with you on that journey, and it's I get goosebumps. I
Thank
definitely
you.
get
Thank you.
goosebumps.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the intent of the show, because we want to break that fourth wall. I want to allow people to come in and be a part of this experience. There's a power in the sound. There's a power in the sound of the feet. There's a power in the sound of the voice. There's a power in the sound of these instruments. But the source of that power is within each one of these individuals, and collectively it becomes even more powerful. So that's one of the things that I enjoy about the process the most, is allowing all of these great individuals to be themselves inside of this experience. I don't want to make them, oh, well, I want you to do this and I want you to do that and you should do this. It's like, no, I know who you are to the extent that I know who you are. And I want to experience all of you in this moment, but through your gift, through this instrument. And, you know, it's that type of thing. I don't know how else to put it into
It's like
words, but it is very powerful.
your feet when you have on those shoes is the instrument. So
Right,
yeah,
right, right, right.
yeah. So in what ways does this performance serve as a form of prayer or praise, especially in connection to the experiences of the enslaved?
Great question. For me, and this is personal, for me, what the dance has provided, again, is there are spiritual teachings inside of the dance as far as how I look at it. So when I think about tap dancing, I think about music, I think about a beat, I think about time. In music, you have what's known as your time signature. I think about life. And so one of the first things that comes to mind is when I was experiencing the birth of my daughter. And the first time we go and they put the monitor up to my wife's belly and they're listening for what? The heartbeat. The heartbeat is a rhythm. And that's one of the first signs of life. And then they go back and they're trying to figure out, okay, the time. What was the time of conception? When is the baby due? When the baby is born? One of the first things that's documented is what? The time, the hour, the minute, the day, the month, and the year. So all of these things apply to the dance for me. Steps. What are steps? We say dance steps. Well, what are they really? It's a way for us to take action. Our steps give us direction. How are you taking steps without any direction? How are you utilizing your steps? Steps also elevate. They don't just have to go, horizontal or vertical. So how are you using your steps to elevate yourself? Understand all of these aspects in relation to the dance gives me a higher understanding, a higher awareness, a higher consciousness. And so that's how I begin to approach it. Now, the viewer may not realize all of that stuff is going on in my head per se, but I think like I said, there's an energy, there's a vibration, there's a power in it that they feel and they connect to, even though they may not be able to pull all of those things into words.
Yeah, that was real. That was like a great like analogy with the heartbeat, you know,
Yeah.
the time of birth, like that's a really great example. But you're right, like it's you literally have to be there in person to feel that energy. So like when you're on
Yes.
stage and you're performing, like the energy exudes out into the audience, and it's such like just a different experience. So Marshall Jr., we do have to go to a commercial break. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family, our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters, because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Get ready to groove at this year's Juneteenth Juke Joint on June 7th at 7:30 p.m. Enjoy live music by the W's, beats by DJ Cardi, visual art, and more. Get your tickets now at archcenter.org.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
And welcome back. So again, we are talking about revelations in rhythm. So my next question is, again, I've been to two performances, or I think three, and it's always been phenomenal. So what can audiences expect or feel at this year's production?
This year, inside of the passing on theme, as Gregory said, in his eulogy for Sammy Davis Jr. that it's his responsibility to make sure he passes it on to someone else. And so with this year, I wanted to bring more of a light on the other tremendously talented and amazingly gifted artists who are part of the production. So you'll start to see certain elements where it just may be a duet with me and our musical director and pianist Willem Dellisford, and us to have that experience and what we can, you know, bring about through that journey of us exploring through him on the piano and just me on the taps. And then this year we'll have bassist Kurt Green, and then we'll have a moment to explore together. So there's this different element, again, where we're utilizing the sound and we're kind of, for lack of a better word, I don't want to say stripping or removing the other instruments away, but it's just allowing individually each artist to really come through, as opposed to the focus just being on me tap dancing and then they're supporting me as background music. It's like, no, I really want to show that each and every one of these individuals who are part of this experience this show can just be about them as a solo performance if we chose to. And we're also bringing in a modern dancer this year just to add another element to the show as well. And her name is Roxanne Young. So she's going to be contributing some amazing ideas and thoughts through the dance, through the movement of the dance, another element of power that we want to bring into the experience. We also have different dancers. So we'll be joined by Carissa Royster, Tyne Brickey, as well as Robin Watson on taps.
Okay. So we have a modern dancer joining the, I guess, the cast or the team.
Yes, that's right.
Great. I could just I don't know, I
Right.
could just picture her movement. I have no idea what to expect, but in my mind, I'm just predicting what to expect. Okay.
Yeah, the thing with Roxanne was, again, my initial inspiration for Revelations in Rhythm was Alvin Ailey's masterpiece Revelations. So I wanted to bring an element of that in to just acknowledge and honor his contributions to this piece and this production. And so again, we'll have Roxanne Young coming in to be a part of that. And we'll also have Sophia Strickland on vocals, as well with Marcus Strickland on saxophone, and again, Harvell Nakundi on drums. So it's definitely, it's an all-star cast. It's definitely an all-star cast. So it's a performance that you definitely want to be at. You definitely want to attend. And it's a family show as well. So you can bring the kids. I've been playing the music so much that my daughter is singing jazz around the house now at age 4, which I love.
That's beautiful. I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the fusion of African rhythms with American tap is central to the piece and to the live performance. So how do you approach honoring both traditions while innovating within them? How do you fuse the American with the African cultures or the rhythms into one?
Right, because it's all connected for those who were enslaved here, who were brought over from Africa through the slave trade. Our experience here is what allowed this art form to develop. So again, tap dance, what we know as tap dance, was developed through a form of rebellion when those who were enslaved were denied their drums because they were using their drums as a means to communicate and to rebel and play different rhythms. And those different rhythms meant different things. And so they were able to organize through the sound of the drum and the voices. And when they realized what was going on, they outlawed the drum. And so the body became the percussive instrument. And this was a part of the tradition known as the juba or the patent juba, which we're more familiar with in what we call stepping, body percussion or the ham bone. And then the rhythms began to move further down to the feet. And this was known as buck dancing, an early form of what we now call tap dancing. Hoofing is all a part of this experienced that, then this rebellion that then birthed this art form.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. When you said stepping out, it's a, it's like, I
Right,
thought
that's
about
it.
that. Yeah, that's what it is. It's making sounds with our body. Yeah. So,
That's it.
you've been tapping for such a long time. I'm just saying, there's no need for you to go to the gym, right? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, the tap dancing and your calves and everything, you're like so in good shape over the years that there's a lot of strength, a lot of strength in your legs.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
The legs have a lot of strength.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
the
it
legs
does.
definitely have a
It's a
lot of
lot.
strength. And
Yeah,
the
that
practice helps me, because with this type of show and these type of artists, I really have to elevate my level of performance. So it's more about getting in that studio and really developing the stamina to, really be able to dance
it's a
with
lot of
the
energy.
intent and energy that I would like to for the entire performance.
Whew.
Yeah.
Like inside the Rollins auditorium or theater, like it's cold. But when I see you all perform, I see the sweat dripping. I'm like, oh, they're putting in some work because that sweat is
Yes.
coming down. Like, because you're really in the moment. So
Yes. We're drenched.
yes. So National Tap Dance Day falls the day after the actual live performance. So what message do you want the audiences to take away from the sacredness and significance of this live production?
Yes, it's just with this production, it speaks to the power of the dance. It's not just a performative thing where you say, "Oh, look at me." There are a lot of sometimes negative connotations used with tap dancing. Oh, you're tap dancing around the subject, or you're dancing for the man, that we as Black people even use when we're not fully aware of the history. So we're not aware of what we're saying and what we're putting out into the universe by saying those type of things. So with this production, I want people to come and experience firsthand the power of the dance. You will not be the same. You will not look at tap dance the same. You will not look at the expression of the dance the same. You will not look at hoofing the same. Is what my intent is. I want you to come and experience this and then leave in a higher state of consciousness.
Higher state of consciousness. Definitely.
Yes.
So Marshall Davis Jr., thank you so much. It's going down May 24th, FMU, the Lowell Rollins Auditorium or Theater.
Yep. May 24th, Saturday, May 24th at 7 p.m. at Florida Memorial University, the Lou Rawls Center for the Performing Arts.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. So y'all, again, please support this live performance. It's definitely an experience. So we are going to another commercial break. Coming up next, my co-host, Dr. Delvena, will be right back.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family, our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Get ready to groove at this year's Juneteenth Juke Joint on June 7th at 7:30 p.m. Enjoy live music by the W's, beats by DJ Cardi, visual art, and more. Get your tickets now at archcenter.org.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
Hey, Nikki. Are you ready to take the couch? It's Dr. Delvena, the Queen of Brain Love, and I'm back again for the Mental Health Corner. We are discussing femininity and being kind to ourselves. Ask yourself, are you kind to yourself? Do you practice self-care? Do you say positive things to yourself? Do you encourage yourself? do you show yourself grace? So femininity and being kind to ourselves includes cultivating self-compassion, helping us to heal, and helping us to grow. Femininity for ourselves, it encourages us to prioritize rest and self-care without guilt. You got to get your rest. Femininity and being kind to ourselves means that we are enhancing self-awareness. We're allowing ourselves to honor our feelings and our needs. Femininity with ourselves inspires confidence by embracing our true essence. Femininity helps us to create a harmonious balance between achieving goals and preserving our well-being. You don't want to overwork, you don't want to overplay. Let's have balance, not too much work and not too much play. So femininity is also femininity in being kind to ourselves. That's all I have for now. Say brain love. And guys, before I get out of here, I have I have two more things that I want to share with you. Bam, Brain Food, and Bam, Brain Sleep. These are two books that I wrote. I put these books together. They contain illustrations which are hand-drawn. Check that out. These books are check that out. That's me in the kitchen. These books are very informative and can help you identify challenges in your daily lifestyle that may be leading to your mental health challenges. So listen, Brain Food, I talked to you about the foods that we should eat that can help foster and nourish and help support our mental health. In Brain Sleep, I discuss extensively sleep hygiene and how sleep hygiene is vital for our mental health and our wellness. It tells you the do's and the don'ts. So please go on Amazon, search for my name, Dr. Delvena Thomas, and these books will pop right up. You don't want to search for the titles of the books because many other things will populate. So it's been easier for my supporters to do a search for my name on Amazon. Thank you for your support.
Brain love. Thank you so much, Dr. Delvena. And a big shout out to our guest today, Marshall L. Davis Jr. Please support Revelations and Rhythm going down on May 24th. So thank you so much. And we'll see you on another episode of MIA. So, bye.
We are Black excellence.